So I'm here at Ross, and look at this flea market of a retail store. Total flea market. The loss prevention is remarkable here. They have a man, which you may see on the way out. He looks like RoboCop. Literally, the state guard in El Salvador, as you cross the border into and out of Mexico, literally looks like the guy from Front. If we're lucky, we'll get to see. But look at the flea market here. Now, just for the record, I'm not here to get a new leotard or beanbag, brassiere, or Barbie, as you can see. I'm here to find some new electronics to upgrade my, at times, piss-poor technology, which at times also feels like it's from the late 90s. Dare I say early. But look at just here. It's like, welcome to Hong Kong. So many cameras here.
Yeah. I thought it was you, but I was like, wait a minute, you're not looking this way.
Hello, welcome in. That way, keep your phone charged.
We went to a place called Ross, which is loaded and littered with lingerie, negligees, purses, silk stockings. Yet, in the mix of all that, the token under the sea, there's electronics. So, but it just goes to show, you saw everything in there, the high guard security. Shoplifting is on the rise, and so is mob theft. What can we do? Anyways, for Real Deal Retail, this is Dean Ryan sending out. Just remember to save your receipts. I am starving. What's to eat? Oh, Friendsgiving. Wonderful. Well, happy Friendsgiving, everybody. Happy Friendsgiving. It is Real Deal Media's very festive, one-off, very rare, but very needed Friendsgiving here tonight. I am Dean Ryan, as you can plainly see. I'll be your Friendsgiving hostess with the mostest. Host with the most. Let me correct myself as we go. Thank you for being here. This is an incredible occasion. A lot of people are probably traveling right now. This is said to be one of the most busiest, heaviest travel holidays of the year. And I truly believe that because so many people are traveling that, the planes made by Boeing are just falling out of the sky because so many people are traveling, eating a lot too. I mean, we're all just gaining weight together. Can you hear the calories? Can you feel the calories? That's even more so. So just one of my favorite holidays of the year, of all time, really, truly. And I've always craved just the fall spices, like many of you out there, the pumpkin pies, the pecan pies, the pumpkin lattes. I mean, you cannot walk anywhere without pumpkin. Have you noticed that? Pumpkins are everywhere. Like I said, pumpkin lattes. It's getting out of control now. It's getting out of control. And damn well they're just putting just the pumpkin spice, fluids everywhere that we hear have all the toxins in it. You just you drink too much of it, you start glowing in the dark. But that's the American way, isn't it? The traditions. So we're going to be talking about a whole host of very holiday festive kind of topics and issues here tonight, as well as some headlines that are now grazing the world. And then we're going to do something very traditional here that we have done at Real Deal Media for many years now. And we're going to be doing Real Deal do's and don'ts for Friendsgiving, because we have, you may or may not know this, but 40% of the audience, 40% of the people who watch this, if they can find it, yes, and then if they don't get unsub, but that aside, 40% of the people that tune in each and every night are outside of the United States and may not have truly any concept of what Thanksgiving is, let alone Friendsgiving. So tonight, I've invited two foreigners to join me up here. Yes, two migrants that I found over there at Home Depot. It's wonderful. But in this case, no, from Canada, because Canada and we know nothing about Canada being in America outside of they play hockey and have some very questionable musical taste out there. Nickelback. But nonetheless, they're going to be joining us. We have a Rebel Mama who will be joining us with Mr. David Nader. As we, just like the Pilgrims and Indians did many, many years ago, we're going to exchange our thoughts and ideas, because they do something similar, I believe. Something called Canuck Day or Canadian Day. So the Canucks will be joining us here tonight. We share some ideas, but also we're going to share with them the proper etiquette for Real Deal do's and don'ts for Friendsgiving. You don't want to miss that segment. That's coming up near the half. I cannot wait for that, because we polled the experts. We've asked all the researchers who are familiar with the matter of Friendsgiving, and I believe tonight we're all going to learn something in the proper etiquette going forward. So I can't wait for that. So that is something to be seen. And then the turkey pardon. I don't know if everybody saw the turkey pardon with Donald Trump, which is interesting too. He'll pardon the turkey, but not other people of substance. But we'll get to. I guess there was some commotion of the turkey pardoning. Some very off-colored comments were made, if you can believe that. Yes, and not as off-colored as those rubber hands of Trump. Have you seen those hands? Yeah, yeah. I'm not even sure they're his. We don't even know who that person is. So we'll try to get into that as Mark Dice did an incredible coverage of it, and I just love that very colorful commentary. So we'll talk about that. But in the meanwhile, I said it's the busiest day of the year. Check this out right here. This is now literally the 405 freeway out here in the Southern California. 405, if you don't know, 405 is one of the busiest freeways and highways over here in the Southern California areas. It goes all the way from San Diego all the way up the state. Well, they call it the busiest day of the year for a reason. And I think
over the 10 and the 405. Look at that. AAA predicts more than 49 million people will drive this holiday. Wednesday night expected to be the busiest day on the roads, although I always feel like Tuesday night is, especially with this shot. The worst time estimated to be between 2 and 6 in the afternoon tomorrow. So prepare yourselves for long delays if you're hitting the roads. Now, we know the traffic is almost always bad at this time in this stretch, but this picture really does say a lot.
I think people kind of stretch it out. Some are leaving tonight, taking tomorrow off. Some are taking Wednesday. Some are going, maybe if you're really going local, you go Thursday morning.
Yeah.
You're staying local.
So there you have it right there. There you have a good indication of the busiest holiday of the year. And guarantee you that a lot of those people you saw there, millions, they look like little ants. And those are just the undocumented drivers. Wait till you see the real drivers if they're still left in California. But it goes to show of just how scared, and rightfully so, how scared people are to fly Delta, really. And may I add, Frontier and Spirit, probably the worst. Yes. And people are afraid to fly, not necessarily because they know the planes could have a missing part, or there's a gremlin in the just engine tank, gas tank, or the Chinese have the just Sony PlayStation joystick to take down the planes. It's just because the evasive hands down your pants maneuvers happening at the airports are just record right now, record breaking. And I, for one, am the last guy who wants to be molested at the airport. Unless it's warranted, unless I paid for it, unless I'm, lost. It's not something I want to do. And I get very upset every year. And then, you know what upsets me too at the airport? Because I have a terrible relationship with the American airports is, and when we see it happen to grandma who is obviously she's in a wheelchair, but no, grandma might be part of Hamas. She might be part of the Siberian terrorist organization. You know, who knows at this point? Who knows at this point? But that really ticks me off. So, I developed some counteractive, I guess you could say, maneuvers as well. If we're all terrorists, we're all guilty until proven innocent. Who's to say that the people who are just greeting you at Walmart but now have a badge at the airport? Who's to say they're not the terrorist? Yeah. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They all got miracle jabs, so the warranty runs out soon. Did I ever tell you? Before that miracle jab exercise happened, one of the TSA people, they were going to get mandated, and I told her, I said, "Are you prepared for this? Aren't you scared of what's in this thing?" You know what she said to me, and I'll never forget. And she's probably no longer here with us, but she said, and she had a little snaggletooth too. She goes, "Well, I don't know what's in a hot dog, so it don't matter to me. I still eat it. It's good." So she doesn't know what's in a hot dog, and that doesn't bother her, so she won't mind that. Yeah. And I guess the real moral of the story is, does anyone know what's in a hot dog? That's really the moral. Anyways, there's that one. Okay, so here's some things happening, and we have we have a lot of people who are out and about. People are traveling. You saw them on the freeway there. But a lot of people are joining us here, and I'll be saying hello to everybody. And then, I'm going to tell you what I'm thankful for towards the end of tonight. And I want to invite you to do the same because this could be our last, this could be the last time, as the Rolling Stones said, and we don't want it to be. But the way things are going with just this country and the world, it is unpredictable. We have Seth Black here. Hello. He says, "Hey, Dean." Hey, Seth Black. How are you doing? I bet you, Seth, he reminds me of those guys when you're at the Friendsgiving table that hogs all the gravy. Doesn't he seem that way? By the time it reaches you, there's like a droplet left. He just seems like that guy to me. So, no offense, Seth. I won't be sitting near you during the Friendsgiving because I'll bring my own gravy. So we have Seth. Good to see you, Seth. Seth is here. And, oh, look, we have Margaret over there on Rumble saying, "Pass the stuffing in the green bean casserole." That's right. Margaret, you're making me hungry, and I'm begging you not to. We have Film TV Biz. 405 is always a nightmare. Frankie, they said tomorrow is going to be even crazier. Is that true? Is it today or tomorrow? Today or tomorrow? And there's no immediate plan to fix any of the freeways in California. It's going to be just a forever nightmare, kind of like it is over there in China. But did you hear about this? Speaking of China, did you hear about, or even worse, did you see what's happening in Hong Kong today? Today, it's truly an apartment building. And if you don't know anything about Hong Kong or China for that fact. And I've been to Hong Kong many years ago. Well, China, first of all, is what is it? 2.2 billion people. 2.2 billion people. So imagine that freeway that you just saw there, the 405. Imagine that just virtually everywhere you go. And same thing in India, but let's try, I know people are eating tonight. We don't want to talk about too much of India, but in this case, an entire apartment complex was engulfed in flames. We have the clip somewhere. It happened just to be somewhere. But why, you might ask, is they're now saying that, it was a person who did it, no reason given, and they caught him. But that just seems weird to me. It could have been a person, or was it a DEW gone awry? That's usually the case in some of these bigger stories. But I'll try to find it somewhere. It's really something to be seen. And anyways, okay, so here is this is incredible. This is Mr. Mark Dice, one of my favorite people, and one of these days we'll be back in touch. But Mark did a fine job as he covered the incredible turkey pardon, which I didn't know it was only a thing that started in 1989. I mean, I thought the turkey pardon was long ago, but apparently it wasn't. Anyways, check this out. Is Mark Dice gives us some good coverage of the turkey pardoning that just happened moments and hours ago. Let's have a look at this, and I'll look for that building that's currently on fire. Check this out.
The annual tradition of the president pardoning a turkey at the White House is dumb. It's not just childish, it's ridiculous. It's a waste of time, it's idiotic. And it started back in 1989 with George Bush Sr. and has been an annual tradition ever since. But leave it to President Trump to actually make it entertaining and fun.
The turkeys being pardoned today go by the names of Gobble and Waddle. When I first saw their pictures, I thought we should send them, I shouldn't say this. I was going to call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people. I wouldn't pardon them. I wouldn't care what Melania told me. Darling, I think it would be a nice thing to do. I won't do it, darling.
He then mentioned that the Justice Department discovered that many of the pardons that were supposedly issued by Joe Biden at the end of his term to Biden crime family associates weren't signed by old Joe, and he actually didn't know that they were being handed out like candy because his staff used the auto pen, which is just a mechanical device that retraces Joe Biden's actual signature. Basically, they photoshopped his signature onto a bunch of these pardons, which for some reason, because of one of the legal loopholes in our corrupt government, they are still considered to be valid. But then he cracked this joke.
Into a terrible situation caused by a man named Sleepy Joe Biden.
So the turkeys now got roped into a terrible situation.
He used an auto pen last year for the turkey's pardon. So I have the official duty to determine, and I have determined that last year's turkey pardons are totally invalid, as are the pardons of about every other person that was pardoned other than, where's Hunter? No, Hunter's was good. That was the one pardon, Pam, that was good, right? The rest of them are all invalid. I don't know what the hell you're going to do about that, but now we're going to take a little of the joking. That is a mess.
The only pardon he actually signed was for his son, just to make sure that there were no legal loopholes so that they couldn't retract it and then re-indict him.
But they're hereby null and void. The turkey's
we're going to stop
known as
it there.
Peach and Blossom last.
Well, there's something interesting we learned there. Not until I saw that earlier. And thank you, Mr. Mark, for that. Isn't that something, you're watching what you would perceive as the most daft thing ever of the Trump pardoning of the turkey, which I think there was a bit more to go. But and so what you wind up learning in the process is that all of the pardons given by the man who played Joe Biden are literally null and void. I mean, it's amazing what you discover when watching some of these little these little excerpts here, and I think he had a bit more to go. Let's finish that off here. I didn't mean to end that prematurely. That's what happens.
Last year.
Here we go.
Have been located, and they were on their way to be processed. But I have stopped that journey, and I am officially pardoning them, and they will not be served for Thanksgiving dinner.
He's always the best when he goes off script. And if you want to save 20% off.
Okay. All right. Thank you again. Mark Dice, everybody. What a wonderful job. Hardest working man in showbiz. There you have it. So, yeah, I mean, so who was pardoned? I'm trying to remember. I remember Adam Schiff, right? It was Adam Schiff and some other questionable people. Very interesting. Very interesting. There's people that should have been pardoned by Donald Trump years ago, but that never really truly happened. Okay, we have this one here, and we have Beth. Thank you, Beth. Welcome to Friendsgiving. No more notices. No, you won't get notifications for this show. No, you won't. Yes, it is a threat to everything. You know what happened to me just yesterday? Yeah, and thank you, Paul. Good evening, Dean. Feels like the freeways suck here in Southern Cal. Oh, they do. You know, since I've been back in this area for the past year now, I've been gone for a long time. I was amazed to see just how crowded Southern California has become. And you would think it's the opposite, right? Because a lot of people, I mean, virtually everyone I grew up with and went to school with, all my friends, they're all gone. All my friends are gone from this area. Everyone left long ago. I left in 2013, believe it or not. And, been back and forth just ever so briefly, but I was unrecognizable. I don't know. There's something about when you go back to your old hometown, it never looks the same. Like maybe because I was in a wide open space, in a Arizona town. When I came back, everything seemed so micro, not like the Golden State Killer that we, did a report on the other day, which that reminds me. But everything seems just so much small and grayish. Everything seems smoky grayish. So, yeah, I don't know if it's the town or if I'm just getting a bad case of just cataracts at this point. But something's happening, one of the two. But you raise a good point there. Okay, here's another one. Here is them eyebrows on who? Them eyebrows on Trump. She's looking delish. Oh, they're going to say my eyebrows. What's wrong with mine? Okay, here is. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to try to stay positive here tonight. But we're going to get to Pete's Megaseth here in a second, as we're kind of on Venezuelan watch, whether we're going to go into the country or not. We made the big claim as Jim Fetzer came here the other night, and Jim's with his lovely family tonight. Yes, he is, and is taking care of his wife. Poor Jan, whose shoulder's broken. Got a card for her. I've got to finish that tonight, reminding myself. But he came on the World at War, I believe it was Monday, and told all of us that all of the sailors were fed lobsters and steaks. So we're going to do a follow-up on that. There's something happening there. But let me look at this building here engulfed in flames. And it just should remind yourself that there are city codes and regulations in America for a reason. And sometimes it's over the top. There's too many bureaucratic tape everywhere. But you need some kind of code, some kind of policy, because in China and these places, there is none. I mean, they'll throw 10,000 people on one floor and you won't even know it. And if there is these kind of emergencies, well, the following happens, and there's a lot of death, I guess you could say. Well, check this out. This is coming out of Hong Kong, a place I was there during the tsunamis. Here it is. Look at that. Flames in the neighborhood, in the sky. Hong Kong's Tai Po neighborhood is now on fire. After a major fire continues to burn at the Wang Fok Courthouse housing estate. As of 1 a.m., November 27, 36 people have been confirmed deceased. That's right. Another 29 people have been injured. 279 are still missing. Firefighters are still working to put out the blaze that started shortly before 3 p.m. Firefighters are here. I see them now. Here they come.
The fire is spreading quickly to nearby buildings, and we received numerous assistance calls from public, and also debris and scaffolding of the affected buildings are falling down, so pose additional danger to our frontline personnel. Besides, the temperature inside the buildings concerned are very high. It's quite difficult for us to enter the building and go upstairs to conduct firefighting and rescue operation.
我住第2座嘅，所以我睇住佢由第6座燒到第5座，一路燒過嚟，佢都唔淋水，我都唔見有啲消防去射水喎。我哋而家真係好慘啊，都唔知想點啦而家。
Okay, well, we're going to end it there. Let me stop it there. That is, you can't say I don't know how to. Can't say I don't know how to kill the vibe, but our hearts go out to everybody in Hong Kong. Just another example of why we have to have some kind of code there. But when I was in Hong Kong, I must say, it was very clean. It was very clean, and what really scared me is they said you can't even spit on the ground, because that's considered, an illegal offense. You might get in trouble. And so I thought to myself, well, what can you do? But the reasoning being, the people of Hong Kong really pride themselves of their culture. And what the sad thing is, right before 2020, one of the biggest movements around the world was the people of Hong Kong who wanted to continue to have their independence. And they saw China creeping in more and more, because you got to remember their independence came in 1997. Their independence came. It was incredible to see them all wearing the yellow vests. Does everyone remember that? Now, here's another story. I just got this in. I'm going to try to play this for you here. This was sent to me. Thank you, Seth, for this one. This just literally happened, I want to say hours earlier today. 2 National Guardsmen over there in D.C. were fatally shot. You have to remember, too, during the holidays, that's when a lot of big movement happens and actions take place, because they don't anticipate people being very vigilant. They know we're very distracted. And let me play this for you. Let's find out what truly happened here. Yeah, this happened in D.C., where we know all the National Guardsmen have been deployed to, what is it, about 5 to 6 to 7 different major U.S. cities, where I've made the case that this goes well beyond than just getting a bunch of migrant meat packers into a paddy wagon and then taking them to the border. No, there's a bigger aspect at play that we're still puzzling and piecing together here. Okay, check this out. This is live, I believe, or just moments ago, from Washington, D.C., near the White House. Okay, so yeah, they're, let me go to it right now for you. Live TV, everybody. Here it is. Well, here it was. Okay, here it is.
Where there has been reports of 2 National Guard members shot in D.C. This is happening near the White House. You see that live picture of the White House on the right side of your screen. On the left side of the screen, that is live pictures from Skyfox. This is in the area of 17th and I Street in Northwest D.C., a heavy police presence. So far, no word on a suspect, no word on those 2 National Guard members' conditions. What we do know is the president and first lady not at home. There were reports of a possible active shooter. We have not confirmed that. We have also not heard whether there have been any other injuries at this point. But as you can see, there is a heavy police presence. We've also seen pictures from people in the area of 17th and K Streets. That's near Farragut Park, where the metro lines run, also where Connecticut Avenue, just south of DuPont Circle, before you hit that Federal Triangle area of road shutdown, Secret Service on the scene, Metro Transit on the scene. So a lot of agencies out in response to this shooting investigation
there
so
it is.
far.
I can now tell you, as right before the show, I believe the suspect was caught. Now, this is kind of murky and kind of bizarre. It's said to be the suspect is an Afghan migrant. Which I thought to myself, the first thing I thought, okay, who really messed up the script on this one? He was supposed to be from Iran, not Afghanistan. I know they sound the same, towards the end of each word with on, but it doesn't make sense to me. So we're going to be learning more about that in the days to come. Okay, so there's some kind of the harder edge news items that are coming down the pikeway. There's a lot of other things too here. Now, listen to this now. I won't go too detailed into it, but it's giving credence to what we shared with you this last Monday, because we are on the brink of war, and we can't forget that. You go to even the USO tells the audience that as well. Well, now the Colombian president is now saying it's all about oil. It's all about oil. And yes, it is all about oil, because certain people and countries need it to have a greater war with Iran. So just wanted to vindicate myself and pat myself on the back, and in the backside too, maybe. Okay, so there's that one. Now here's something interesting, sticking with a Thanksgiving theme here. J.D. Vance is no stranger to controversy. No, he's not. No. In fact, he's so enthralled with controversy now that it's now gone viral across the interwebs that he could very well be the father of the supposed Erica Kirk, one of the three. As his apparently J.D. Vance is not happy that his wife, who was Uma Thurman's, not Uma Thurman, Umar Haberdine's assistant for all those years. He's not pleased that she's, I guess, Hindu or no religion at all, and he's a evangelical currently or recently. Yeah, and they're not walking the same pathway of God. The same act. Well, how does that? First of all, I'm thinking about this. Does it just dawn on you that the person that you supposedly married with the alleged 3 kids is not the same religion as you all of a sudden? Well, anyways, not to get too much into that, and but the script is terrible. Well, now it just got a lot worse, I guess you could say, because this next clip, he makes a terrible joke about Turkey, and it's rubbing people the wrong way. And maybe it might rub us the wrong way. We'll be the judges of that. Check this out. Let's see if J.D. Vance steps into another enthralled controversy. He's turning into me. He's getting real bad. So here it is.
One of the things that I love about Thanksgiving, it's probably my favorite American holiday. If you think about all the holidays that we celebrate, Thanksgiving is the most uniquely American holiday. Christmas, of course, the birth of Jesus, all of these other holidays, they're very important. And I love Christmas as much as anybody. I've got 3 little kids, but Christmas is a holiday that 1.8 billion Christians celebrate all over the world. Thanksgiving, what we celebrate tomorrow, that is a uniquely American thing. That's why, for example, we have, turkey. Think about turkey. Who really likes, be honest with yourselves, who really likes turkey? You're all full of shit. Everybody who raised your hands. I know. Think about it. And here's how I know that every single one of you who raised your hand is lying to me. How many times do you roast an 18-pound turkey just randomly? just, a nice summer afternoon, we're going to go get an 18-pound turkey. Nobody does it because turkey doesn't actually taste that good. But on Thanksgiving, on the most...
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. Okay, we've had has he not seen his poll numbers? Is he trying to really alienate and divide the country even more with that kind of talk? What is wrong with him? So my question to you out there, is turkey really good? I think it's, I like turkey. I like the dark meat. I like leftover turkey, but what's wrong with him? Did he have a terrible childhood for him to just say that just, I don't know, propaganda or just anti-turkey sentiment? Who knows? We have a lot of people joining us, and I'm going to try to get to everybody's comments because I'm so thankful you're all here tonight for our Friendsgiving. Okay, we have Seth Black, who's making a dastardly statement. Dr. Fauci was pardoned. Oh, yes, from Biden. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, Seth. Seth loves turkey. Yes, he does. Brandy Hallmark is here. Hello, Brandy. It's good to see you, and happy anniversary to you. I just noticed that the other day. Happy Thanksgiving, Dean and RDM family. Happy Friendsgiving to you. Thank you for being here. We have the one Peagle, Jim, making appearance tonight. He wanted to. Jim is unfortunately taking care of his injured wife tonight. Yes, she had a nasty spill and broke a shoulder the other day. So he is playing the role of doctor and or nurse. I'm not sure who he is playing. Okay, here on Rumble, let me see over here. We have Rebel Mama said that her wedding ring went in the top drawer. Is that reference to JD Vance's TV wife? Okay, thank you. We have David Nader that says Vance has Erica hug hair. Oh my God, you're right. Let's look at that again. I see, Dave knows. I almost said, yeah, let's look at that again. I didn't even notice that. He does.
Most American holiday. I got a fan over here on the most American.
Oh my God, you're right. He does. He looks like he just got done doing something. He really does. Let's look to see if his sweater is on backwards. I just noticed that it could be the case. Is it backwards?
American holiday. We're gonna cook a turkey.
The shirt looks disheveled.
By God, because that's what
Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt.
Americans do. We cook this gigantic American bird, and we do all kinds of crazy things to make it taste good. I talked to.
Okay. Anyways, that's enough of that. Good eye, Dave. Good eye, Dave. Very good eye. Okay. Here's another one here, and let me go to this one here. Hello, Kathleen. Kathleen says, yes, happy Friendsgiving, everyone. Yes, it is. Happy Friendsgiving to you. Okay, so one more comment here. Look at this next story here. We have Dame Pam saying over there on Rumble that if it wasn't for the turkey, the Mayflower sailors would have not survived. JD should be thankful for the turley, the turkey. Yeah, thank you, Dame. Thank you, Miss Pam. Yeah, he's so ungrateful. He reminds me of an Oscar Mayer bologna kid. I think that's exactly what he eats or has always requested. So you're so right on that. Thank you for that. Anyways, here is another one here. Beth says, don't be a turkey. I know. That's the one piece of advice. Well, I should say one of three piece of advice is my father always told me is don't flock with turkeys. And I think that was in reference to my friends. Well, here's something interesting here. Speaking of controversy, there's even more controversy. Not as much controversy as Monday night's World at War. And if you haven't seen that one, I'll just let you discover it on your own time because I can't relive it. Well, get this now. Look at this here. This is something with RFK Jr., who's now back in the controversial box, as we were hoping he wouldn't be. But it's something about his attire. Yeah, I'm going to show you this here in a second, but they're now saying RFK Jr.'s air travel attire has now been called out by the transportation secretary, the transport secretary, as Americans told to dress with respect. So wait a minute here. I thought we have to dress to impress. And then I thought we have to say yes to dress. I mean, which one is it? And then since when did Sean Duffy of the transportation secretary building, since when did he become everyone's fashion guru from like the Bravo channel? So apparently now an image of Bobby Kennedy Jr. walking down the aisle barefoot, walking down the aisle of an airplane or returning from the toilet has now resurfaced amid Sean Duffy's call for air travelers to dress with respect. You know why he's saying that? Because apparently Sean Duffy has flown on, well, he's flown on Frontier before. I guarantee you that's exactly what he's talking about. Or what is the other one that I hate? Yeah, Frontier. Well, look at this. I'll show you if I can grasp a picture for it. But it's another controversy now as the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, has been called out for urging Americans to dress with respect during the air travel holidays here. Now, as soon as that was said by him, apparently Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s controversial travel attire has now resurfaced as this busiest day in, of the year. So they're trying to return us to the golden age of travel. Yeah, they are. And here's Sean Duffy talking about it. The man I used to watch on the Boston Real World season. I can't believe it, And here's him talking about it. And this is a new kind of feat, I guess, standing.
Some of you might have noticed that we've launched a civility campaign. And I think it's important as we travel that we think about not just ourselves, not just our families, but we think about those who are around us. And we call our better angels. In a busy time, and again, the airports are going to be packed. TSA lines may be a little longer. And as you might not be able to find a seat as you're by your gate because of the number of flights that are going out or coming in. But I think we have to think about how do we do a better job? How do we, maintain maybe?
Exactly. He's a guy who's traveled on Greyhound bus before, and as well as Amtrak. And let me tell you, certain people on those little travel excursions, when they're on the phone call with their baby mama, you better believe you're on that phone call too, and they want you to feel their pain. So I back what he's saying. And there's there really is truly a just a hardcore demographic of like Jerry Springer fans when traveling, and it's disgusting. He's just being nice about it. He's just being real nice about it. Okay, so here's some good news too. Before we go to break here, and the executive of Campbell Soup, in case you missed it, he's been fired. And if you really truly missed it, just days ago, this executive over there at Campbell was caught on a hot mic that had to be hidden somewhere, just pretty much disparaging and despairing the Campbell Soup brand, calling it a food only for poor people and how crappy it was. And he would never touch it with a 10-foot pole because it was what was it? Bioengineered meat. And, I can't blame that kind of thinking about it, but how about do something about it? How about taking those internal thoughts that you didn't think would ever be broadcasted all over the world and actually doing something about it? Like, I don't know, stopping the Frankenstein chickens. It's disgusting. No, I don't want to eat a chicken that has no beak and it looks like it just came out of like the Reanimator, laboratories. So he's been fired, the Campbell's executive, who called the company's products highly processed food for poor people. Yeah. The new word is because of his reasoning and everything that happened. I heard that Top Ramen just hired him, and so did the Great Value brand. So he'll be taken care of, surely. So there's that one. And finally, here before we go to break, I'm going to show you this clip here. It says now, as this comes out of the Independent now, Pope Leo the hip pope, the pope who wants to, make things just counterculture again for the Catholic Church, which I find I don't even know how that's possible. Is he going to have a nose ring on one of his masses, or just start smoking Pall Mall Straits? Who knows? Well, now Pope Leo has made a surprise appearance. Yes, he has. To not just anybody, but the ravers. Ravers. So he went to a rave, an unprecedented blend of spirituality, they're calling it, in modernity. Pope Leo has now appeared at an electronic music rave to mark the 75th birthday of Archbishop Bernard Bobber. Bobber. Yeah, yes. I always get him mixed up with his brother Richard Bobber, but that's different, though. Now, let's get this now. I'll show it to you. And this is a first for the Catholic Church, as they're making a lot of headway now with the new too hip to be square Pope Leo. Check this out, and then I'll tell you what's coming on the horizon here. Pope Leo, I wonder if he dropped E too. That's just my personal inquiry.
Young people, with joy I greet you as you gather before the splendid Cathedral of Kosice, which is a beating heart of faith and hope. Coming from different nations, yet united by the same faith, your presence is a tangible sign of the fraternity and peace that is instilled in our hearts by friendship with Christ. I impart to you my apostolic blessing and entrust each of you to the protection of the Virgin Mary, Mother of the Church and Queen of Peace. And may the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit come upon you and remain with you always. Amen.
Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. That is incredible. Okay. Anyways, all right. We're gonna head to break, but here's what's coming after the break here, and you don't want to miss this. We're going to be doing real deal do's and don'ts with two of our most beloved Canadians, as they share some of what they do for their Friendsgiving and Thanksgiving over there in Canada, and we kind of compare and contrast, because if and when they do come to the States, or if they become a state themselves, potentially over there in Alberta, well, they're going to want to know what to do during these Thanksgiving holidays, and certainly what not to do, as in don'ts. So you don't want to miss this incredible segment. We only do it usually once a year, and now's the time more than ever. So you're watching Real Deal Media's Friendsgiving right here on this incredible Thanksgiving Eve with all of our friends from all over the world. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this quick message. We have Maddie Lynn, who is maybe saying, gives new meaning to micromanage. Can't believe what she's referring to. Can't be the waffles, could it? We have Tangerine Dream that says, there will be a database on the manhood now. Thank you.
He means for investigating purposes, to investigate crimes. They may now take photographs of private parts.
Hey, can you believe, Jim, that there's a nude photo of me out there from my stalker in Florida that she put out there, a fictitious nude photo? But Jim, I must say, after seeing the nude photo all these years, I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. I can't be too. Jim, I can't be too disgruntled about it. I've gotten nothing but compliments. Well, our next guest has been waiting in the green room very patiently. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give a warm round of applause. All the way from Burbank, California, and sometimes Tel Aviv, the one, the only, Ben Shapiro.
Hi, Dean. How you doing? I'm Mr. Jim Betzer. I'm very proud of his work. Even though he doesn't look the Zionist, and even though we're going to have him assassinated next, he's a big trouble. He's a big He better watch himself.
Now, Ben, I didn't bring you on here to intimidate him
But I just brought you on here to have a conversation. Is that something you think you could do civilly? Mr. Fetcher seems to think that we're behind the hostages not being brought back. Sorry, I have a little hash brown on my lip. Yeah, I'll be happy to talk to him. Jim, would you have a conversation with Ben Shapiro?
It's going to be a challenge, Dean. I'm no fan, but he's a rabid Zionist. He's a Zionist fanatic of the worst kind.
Yeah. Well, let's go toe-to-toe. Zionism is the way to go.
Ben, how can you support Zionism when Zionism wants all the Christians dead? You know, that's the basic motto. How can you support that, Ben Shapiro?
More importantly, you ever kissed a Jew on TV before? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss right here. Look at his teeth. Look at his teeth. Anyways, I got to get going now. I got to get going. All right. Jim, you really intimidated him. He's gone now. That is crazy. Ben Shapiro, everybody. That was wonderful. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Real Deal Media's Friendsgiving. So good to be here. I'm still Dean Ryan, who is, well, giving all of our friends all over the world just a credible night of just being thankful, and being thankful, all of us together, is really all you can ask for. Okay, we are going to now be doing Real Deal Do's and Don'ts. And let me just tell you, we have a lot of just so many different changing parts left and right with this country. You know, just 1 month we could be buying Greenland, who might become a state. And next month we could be purchasing or acquiring Alberta, Canada. And therefore I thought, well, you know what? If the people of Alberta or Canada do become our 51st state, well, we need to welcome them with open arms and show them the way of how to do Friendsgiving. So what better way to just then make the call to our wonderful Canadian friends who are now here with us tonight. Okay, let's welcome Rebel Mama, who goes by Marnie. Thank you, Marnie, for being here. Okay, and we also have Mr. Dave Nader all the way from Ontario, Canada as well. Thank you guys for being here. We love our Canadian viewers all over the world.
Dave's in Calgary. He's in Alberta. You get him first.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so I guess my question is, what do you guys know about Thanksgiving? Isn't it similar to what Canada does every year, right? And it's called Canadian Day or Canuck Day?
No, it's Thanksgiving, but it's Canadian Thanksgiving. And the date moves all over the place. Sometimes it's in October, sometimes it's in November. You have to look at the calendar to figure it out.
Interesting. And what takes place that day, just so to compare and contrast, because is it virtually the same?
Well, football is not nearly as predominant. We're usually still in the hockey playoffs. And we eat turkey, absolutely. And we steal a lot of dishes from our American counterparts. But you guys are really big on Thanksgiving here. It's just a turkey holiday. It's not that big a deal.
Not at the Vance house, not at the JD Vance house. It's not anything over there. You'll be punished, and I don't think that's going to be happening. Dave, so are you prepared to become an American and do Thanksgiving? And I'll ask Marty the same thing, because we want to help you.
Ready as ever, Dean. We got your back down here in Canada. Nintendo Wii all the way.
Okay. All right. All right, I'm not going to mug him later. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so let's now get ready to do, and you can play this at home, and we want you to learn as well. It's time to play Real Deal Do's and Don'ts.
Real deal, do's and don'ts. Real deal, do's and don'ts. Real deal, do's and don'ts. Real deal, do's and don'ts.
Real Deal Do's and Don'ts. Something you can really learn from here tonight. Okay, I'm going to give you 7 do's and don'ts because Canada could very well become part of America very soon. Let's start with our first one, shall we? Well, the first one is, and everyone can agree to this. Well, let's get that out of the way as do's and don'ts. The first do, when attending a Friendsgiving dinner, offer polite conversation about the weather, sports, and how important charity is to you. And, right, that seems fair, right? That seems about right to me. Well, here's something you don't want to do. Real deal don't, when attending a Friendsgiving dinner, offer polite conversation about how important RFK's new book of poems is to you. That is, yeah, you don't want that one. In case you don't know, it's pretty salacious. Is that right, Marnie?
Yes, a lot of green emoticons that night, Dean.
That's right. And Marnie loves 50 Shades of Grey, so she would know. So
Oh, dear.
that's how we know about that. Yeah, it's in her sock drawer, the book. Don't ask me how I know, but I do. Okay, so here's the second one here as a real deal do, and do it politely. Real deal do's. When asking others to pass the gravy bowl, make sure you wait until they're done chewing their food. And who doesn't? Like, not, you don't want to be bothered. You're in mid chew, and so can you pass this? And you're like cutting things, right? So real deal don't. Well, when asking others to pass the gravy bowl, don't discuss your experience passing a kidney stone while you wait. It's pretty disgusting. I agree to that one. I totally agree to that one. Okay. So this next one is real deal do, bring a nice bottle of wine or food dish to dinner. And Marnie, when you've done dinner parties and been to many,
Mhm.
like, what do you usually bring? Wine, a peach casserole or bean casserole for that fact, right?
Yeah,
That
well,
seems
if it's a
normal.
potluck, you bring food. Otherwise, you just show up with wine because everybody loves wine.
Or Dave brings a cold cans of beers. One of the other.
He'd bring a
No liquor.
2-4, right? Right, Dave? 2-4
Right
occasion.
out of the. You got to chop a tree down, hollow it out, drink it right out of that bad boy.
Man, that is so Canadian. Well, here's a don't. Here's something you don't want to do when going to their Friendsgiving. Well, you don't want to bring a nice basket of laundry to the dinner to just start doing it there, unless you're out of coins. Well, let's hop to the next one here. Real deal do, be polite and make sure to compliment the chef during dinner. I agree
Seems
with that one.
reasonable.
That seems very reasonable to me. Real deal don't, be honest and tell the chef that you've had better food elsewhere.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, my mother did that one year. It was quite terrible. It was a huge fight. Explains everything, doesn't it? Okay, so unless what? I guess it's if you're going to be honest, and they're serving tofurkey like I had one year. Did I
Ooh.
tell you this, Marnie?
Yes, yeah. It gave you nightmares for weeks. But I must say, my husband, the very first year we were married, the very first turkey I ever cooked, said loud enough from the kitchen so everybody could hear, "Gee, dear, it looks dry." There was a clunk right afterwards when something hit him in the head.
Oh, I know. It's terrible. And hold, Seth Black, how dare you? Canada's eating ostrich this year. That's terrible. Too soon. That's Seth Black, everyone from Boston. I'll give you his PO box number.
Please do.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
That's
It and Seth, the do's and don'ts are for you too, just so you know. So that's something you don't want to say is bringing up the ostriches. Okay. So there's that one here. Here's a real deal do. Well, excuse yourself from the table if you have to use the restroom. That's just common knowledge, but common knowledge is not so common. Real deal don't.
excuse yourself and ask if you can pee in the backyard. Just, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do
on
that.
the do list, isn't it?
No, that's a don't. You don't want to do that, Dave.
Oh.
Barney, I don't know if you want to have Dave as your dinner guest. Just so you know.
Well, we're going to find out sooner or later, but I will warn you, Dean, we have our own Canadian do's and don'ts list, so be prepared.
Okay, all right. I'm shaking in my Canadian boots. Here we go. Here is Real Deal Do. Be a good guest and offer to help do the dishes after dinner. Hence,
Absolutely.
do. Yes. Okay, and a Real Deal Don't for Friendsgiving is, well, tell the host the dinner, they should have hired a maid who cleans better.
No.
Okay, and I don't know who wrote these. I do apologize. We have a new intern. He's from Ecuador, and English is his third language. So he's fired after tonight.
Deported.
See, Dave's talking about deportation. That's a Real Deal Don't. It has to be polite conversation. Here's a number 7 and final one. Real Deal Do. Thank the host for inviting you to Friendsgiving as you're leaving. I agree to that one. That's the polite thing to do. Well, Real Deal Don't. Thank the host for inviting you to Friendsgiving and advise them to get Chinese takeout next year. There it is for Real Deal Do's and Don'ts.
Real deal do's and don'ts. Real deal do's and don'ts. Real deal do's and don'ts. Real deal do's and don'ts.
Yes. Hopefully you guys learned something, and we invite you to have the American experience. We even have Amy over there on YouTube saying that my brother already, quote, are we reduced to talking about the weather? That's what it's come to. You can only talk about so much.
I have one to throw right in there, Dean, that pertains
please, go ahead.
exactly to that. Because, as I said, Canadians, Thanksgiving is not as big a deal to us as it is to Americans. But we do observe the crazy behavior that happens when Americans have Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You guys are notorious. So to follow up that would be point number 2, Dave, on the list. When the conversation heads in the wrong direction, watch football. But try to avoid pointing out that all sports are fixed.
Oh, that is a very good, that's a good Real Deal Don't Canadian edition.
Well, it's NFL football on Thanksgiving, right? Not college. There's no affiliations. And we know the NFL is not on the up and up.
No, it's not. It's definitely not on the up and up.
Thoughts?
Dave,
They have
add to
Grey
that?
Cup. We got Grey Cup. That's a big game.
Which they lost in the last second of the game right down the street from where I live.
Well, you know what I find very awkward too, and this might have happened to you.
That was the division. Sorry.
Well, when I get invited to, the Friendsgivings, when you see the person from last year that, you kind of know, and they pretend they don't know you, although you saw them like 2 years in a row, this happens to me all the time. I'd rather just eat alone in that case. Dave, did you want to add to that?
Do you want to do point 3 regarding Karen?
I didn't write it down.
Oh, dear.
One's not prepared for class.
Well, I'll read it and Dave can comment. How's that?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, when the Karen of the gathering starts spewing nonsense, go outside for a smoke. It doesn't matter what you smoke, just smoke. And if they follow you, make sure they're downwind and very uncomfortable.
Okay. That's
Now,
wonderful.
Yeah. Now, on a lighter note, think of your cats and dogs that have been tortured all day smelling turkey. Right? Now, we set a place at the table for Indy because he is very fond of turkey.
That's good. Well, unlike JD Vance.
Exactly. I mean, pets are people too, and they should get their seat at the table like everybody else.
That's what we're hearing.
Now,
Okay.
this one you have to really use your discernment on, and I'm sorry, Texas, for singling you out. But I lost my list. Where'd my list go? Oh,
See,
here it is.
organization, people.
Here we are.
Organization.
Okay. Now,
okay.
this is all reputation. The proper ladies of the South love to say, "Ah, bless your heart," when they get offended at a family gathering. This is often followed by a flying object or, if you're in Texas, a shot between the eyes. However, in the
Oh,
spirit of Thanksgiving, please refrain from the latter if possible. Thoughts?
well, that's good advice. That's good advice. I love what Dave said the other night regarding pew pews. He said, Dave, what'd you say? You never turned yours in, or no, not that. I don't want to. You said that. I forgot what you said. It was good. I just remembered. We shouldn't probably be talking about that. I just implicated.
I still got it.
Okay, I only have two more left.
Okay.
If politics come up in the conversation, heaven forbid, but you know they're going to, sigh very loudly and remind everyone of the good old days when who you voted for was personal, private, and none of their fucking business.
Okay, that is Canada's real deal do's and don'ts. There you have it.
There's one more, and this is universal, but it's from my hero.
There's more. Go ahead.
Always heed the advice of my personal heroine, Miss Piggy. Never eat more than you can lift.
I heed the calls to that. Okay. What that is some interesting Canucks. What say you out there? What say you out there? We'd love to hear from you. Before you guys go, and I will make the announcement too. Members, we're going to do a backstage too, following tonight's show. What is everybody's favorite Thanksgiving dish, and what are you thankful for this year? And we'll start with you, Marnie, to give Dave some time to remember where he is tonight. Go ahead, Marnie. Go ahead.
It's got to be the turkey because you can do so much with it. I mean, you can sneak to the fridge at midnight and make a turkey sandwich and nobody finds out.
Okay. And what are you thankful for in 2025 or just in general?
Well, let's see. I would have to say this group of people that I hang out with all the time. Even when the show's not on, we're always back and forth. I mean, 3 hours in a 24-hour cycle doesn't go by without talking to somebody on Signal or on the chat or something. And that means a lot. It's getting a lot of us through all this BS.
And do these people live in your house or just your head?
And no, they live at RDM Media because I'm a member.
Got it. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, and Dave, if you could at this time, favorite thing to eat this time of year, and what are you thankful for?
Turkey for sure. I know it's lame, but turkey, delicious, can't go wrong. Unless you pull the Griswold special there. And I'd have to say I agree with Rebel. Thankful to have met all you guys.
Wonderful. What a lovely
thing. Up here in Canada, we got some new dimwit that's supposedly at the helm, but I'm thankful that this cheese bag over there.
Oh. Wait, show that one more time if you could. That was lovely. Show that's Trudeau. That is Justin Trudeau, everybody. Wow.
Sure is.
Wow.
Waiting. I'm a commie asshole.
Oh,
he started the curry bomb.
Justin Trudeau. Wow. Speaking of turkeys, there's one right there. Well, thank you guys for playing Real Deal Do's and Don'ts, or I should say learning. And hopefully if and when you become the 51st state, well, now you know what to do and not to do for Friendsgiving. There you go. Okay. Real Deal.
Thanks for having us, Steve.
Everybody.
Happy Friendsgiving, everybody.
So long, y'all. Okay, there is that one. Okay, I'm going to just peer through the live chats real quick here. And there's so many of you who are commenting. I'm going to try to keep this up here as tonight's show is brought to you by Real Deal Media members who make the world spin round, who are the visionaries, debonaires, the icons, iconic and not ironic, and the, dare I say, players from the Himalayas. Go to realdealmedia.tv, realdealmedia.tv as Friday, speaking of members, Friday, there's going to be a huge discount for memberships, major discount to become a member, because we want to really, truly build the bullpen and continue this franchise as it has. This is our fifth season, fifth year. We're now going into our sixth. I can't even believe that one. But yeah, we want to make sure we are there for everybody around the world and continue as this little fish in the pond here. Fish in the pond. Okay. Let me see here. We have, yes, Jim is giving a class tonight too and taking care of the wife. Oh, here we have Samantha Dubai saying pumpkin pie and whipped cream. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love it too. I love it too. I like pecan. I like key lime. And you know what? I love pie so much. I used to dream about it. Let me go to Rumble. Let's see here. We have leftovers, hands down. Yes, Frankie. Leftovers, definitely. God, I'm starving. Let me ask, does anyone eat anything alternative, like turkey tacos? You know, Del Taco used to have that, and then they stopped, and I've been complaining about it ever since. But yeah, you know, there are turkey burgers. Does anyone do anything shorthanded like that? I guess you could say. All right, here's another one. We have Claudine that says people's be brainwashed with food. Yeah, I'm looking to wash my brain with some food after this little excursion. Thank you for that. She knows my appetite very well. Amy says, have too much to be thankful for is humbling. Okay, well, you know, I'll share mine here in a second. Happy Friends dinner. Happy Friends dinner to you. Yes, Samantha, turkey enchiladas. Good one right there. Amy says, I made turkey pizza one year because. Now, does turkey really go with pizza at all? Does that even work? Linda says sauerkraut and sausage. That's a good one. Turkey sausage. I'm stuffed. Beth has a great one here. Look at this one here. Pumpkin cheesecake with whipped cream. I could not agree more. Let me look at this one. We have people on Rumble, or at least I thought we did. There they are. Here we go. It's a shame I can't plug them in here to our system like I used to here. We have people on Rumble saying the following. Smells like fish, tastes like chicken. Okay, thank you, Hammer Time. You have quite the palate there. Very, very seasoned. We have Maddie Lynn that says creamy mashed potatoes and being connected with like minds here on RDM. Yes, I agree to that. Thank you. Hammer Time says we eat kangaroos. No, that's terrible. Who could eat Joey? We have Margaret saying Marnie is really common sense kind of girl. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And finally, well, let me see. Well, I can't do it finally. Dame Pam says yam, apple, marshmallow, casserole, sweet potato pie with sage and gravy. Oh, God, yeah. You know, I'm going to get a pumpkin spice coffee, but they have the little creamers in it just because I've been talking about it for so much. I think I want one now. I'm going to get a coffee. I'm really, yeah, turkey enchiladas. I love it. I love it all. And finally here, thank you, Ranger Buck. You're going to close it for us almost. Something to think about over the holidays. The news today is being driven by and manipulated by AI from 2028. Take that for your casserole and don't bring it up at dinner. Okay, yeah, that's a real deal. Don't. I agree. I agree to that. And Seth will close us out by saying, yum, Seth. I had apple pie with butter crunch ice cream tonight. Damn you, Seth. Stop bragging. Okay. That sounds amazing. Okay. My favorite dish, and I'll tell you what I'm humble of and thankful for. My favorite is it's got to be pumpkin pie for sure, but really the past couple of years, apple crumb pie, and it could be hot with the ice cream as this Yeah, this braggadocious was saying here. Yeah, that would be it. That would be my favorite dessert. But really, to me, what Thanksgiving used to be, at least when I was doing the family portion things many moons ago, for me it was a bonding experience with and well, in that case, my grandfather and I was such a bonding experience of eating the leftovers. You know, when you didn't have to be so formal, you put a plate together and you eat it throughout the rest of the night, the next day. And, you know, nothing was wasted too. I don't know if, kids realize, but nothing was wasted. Even the leftovers, my grandmother used to make the turkey soup, you know, she used the bones and everything. So it was all useful. And I think that was one of the initial intents of the Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, was to never be wasteful, use the plentifulness of the environment, the land with respect. You know, you respect the environment, the land, and it respects you back. So that's just a memory, and those are the things I like. I love the leftovers. I like, the mashed potatoes and gravy, of course, but those hot biscuits, they have those hot rolls. So that's a memory. What I'm thankful for is the fact that even in the face of a lot of people, getting unsubbed, censorship, a lot of people have moved on momentarily, come back, and definitely controversy, dramas. The fact that there are people that still, kind of remember me all these years later and are still here each and every night, or every now and again, whatever the case. I think to me that is something I'm thankful for, and that means I'm doing something okay. I'm doing something right, and it means something. What I'm doing, it means something to others out there. So I'm thankful for people's, um, people's urgencies at times, but people's who show up each and every night, and it's very meaningful to me. So I'm very thankful for all of you out there, no matter where you are in the world. Yes, even Seth out there with his bragging. But yeah, I'm thankful for all of you. So that is something worthwhile. Okay, on that note, I hope everybody enjoys their day tomorrow. I know I'll be doing something. And well, I'm going to be doing something after I get off. I'm starving now. I'm literally starving. But thanks for making my Friendsgiving something to me, and as I hope it was for you, because you all are beautiful people out there. So for all of us here at Real Deal Media, I'm Dean Ryan saying thank you for sharing this Friendsgiving with me. And I'll see you guys soon. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Good night, everybody.
Country's got a hold of my soul. Oh no, no, no. Sleeping, why you wanna go away? I need you for the rest of the day. I'll take care, 'cause you know I'll be there. You seem very beautiful.